If you're new to the Spectra S2 electric breast pump and want to know how to use it, then stick around, because in this video I am going to walk you through all the different components that make up the Spectra S2, as well as how to assemble them and then how to use your Spectra S2 breast pump. So let's start by having a look at all the different components. You have your pump motor. Now this is what drives your breast pump. It is the brain, as to say. It creates all your suction. It comes with a little LED screen as well as all your buttons for operating. And we will dive into how to use this shortly. It also comes with your electric charging port. Now, the Spectra S2 does not come with a rechargeable battery. This needs to be plugged in at all times. So having your electric power port is essential. You then have your unit where all your milk is collected. So let's pull this apart and have a look at all these different components, because there are a few here and it is really important to understand what they are and how they go together. All right, so you get your tubing. Now, there is no moisture that gets into here. This does not come in contact with your breast milk, nor should it. You do not need to wash this tubing out. We will talk about this a little bit more. Then you have your backflow protector. Now, this is actually 3 parts. You have your duckbill valve. You have your breast shield. Now this is, I don't know if you can see it, a 24mm flange, which is something to be aware of. You can see on the side, it will have your flange size on your breast shield. And then this is your collection bottle. This also does come with a bottleneck, a nipple, and a cap. So how does this all go back together? First, we're going to put together our backflow protector. Now, you need to make sure that you have these parts really secure, and this is so that the suction can work effectively. If your parts aren't together properly, or you don't have an effective seal, your vacuum or your suction will not be as effective. So that's also one to keep in mind. If you're finding that you're not getting the suction, just come back and recheck that all your parts are together. And one of those is this backflow protector. So you can see on this that this has a little bit of a lip on it. So we are going to want to get your smaller sized part, and we're going to want to just lift this. If you can see that there, I've just lifted it and pushed it around. You're going to want to make sure this edge fits nice and snug over the top, and then just run your finger around. That fits nice and firm inside. Then you're going to simply want to get the other side and push this in. These are not going to want to pull apart very easily. It is a really nice firm seal. And just pop that aside for a moment. Then you're going to grab your breast shield, and at the bottom attach your duckbill valve. So that simply pushes in. Again, I'm stressing the point, but nice and firm. You are then going to want to attach this to the top of your bottle. It just screws on nice and tight. On your backflow protector, you can see that you have a thin end and a thicker end. The thicker end attaches to your breast shield, so you simply push that in nice and firm. And then this thinner end is what you attach your tubing to. Now, I like to just twist the tubing a little bit to make sure it goes in and all the way. Now, you can just pull on your parts to make sure everything is in nice, firm and secure. Now, once you have both of your components all put together, you then need to attach your tubing to your pump. Now you can see down here that you have two little connector points. Now I don't have the cap on there, but I'll show you on my other Spectra. It does come with a little cap on it. Now you can remove this cap, and that means that you can do either double or single pumping. So if you only want to do single pumping, you can easily cap off one of your points. For this though, we will pretend we are doing double pumping. So you simply push your tubing in. Again, a little twist can make it go in a little bit smoother. And you want to attach both for your double pumping. Okay, so once they are on nice and firm, just give them a slight little tug to make sure. We are ready to start our pumping session. So to start, we can turn our pump on. Again, you need to make sure that your power is on. It will come back and recall your previous pumping session. So on this screen, there are two different modes, and this is symbolized by these little waves. That is your massage mode, and it is stuck on 70 cycles per minute. So that's how many suction cycles you get per minute. You can then change to expression mode by simply pressing the waves button here, and that will tell you which cycle you are on. Now there are 5 different cycles from 38 all the way up to 54. And then the more cycles you get, the more pumping action you are going to get. Then you have over to the side, you have the level of suction strength. So how strong is the suction going to be on your pump? So it starts at a 1 and goes up to 5 on your massage mode. And you can hear the change in the suction strength. So, and if I put that back down to 1, it's a lot gentler of a suction compared to the 5. And then if we want to go back to the expression mode, you can go all the way up to 12 different suction strengths. So how does this all work? So you've got your massage mode. Now this is the mode that you want to start on, and this helps to initiate your letdown. So you are going to want to run this mode on for around 2 minutes until your milk flow comes in. Once your milk flow has come in, then you're going to want to change over to your expression mode. Now, I recommend starting low and then building up till you get to a point that is optimal for you. So something that is comfortable, but also gives you enough output. Now, this is something you probably will have to work out, but again, it's not too hard just to increase and see how it feels for you. So once you understand the different modes, I'll just turn this off for a moment. You then, before your pumping starts, so we understand the different modes. Now we're going to actually want to do our pumping session. You have 2 of your breast collections. You are going to want to pretend my hand is your breast. Make sure that your breast shield and flange are nice and upright and aligned directly with your nipple. You want your nipple to go into this section. Now, it's really important here to make sure that you have the correct flange size. So I pointed out earlier that you can read your flange size here. This comes with a standard 24 millimeter. Now, this might be too large for you or too small. I highly recommend getting a nipple ruler and measuring your nipples to make sure that you have the correct flange size. Now you can get a flange insert if this is too large for you, or you can change your breast shield sizing to something larger. Now you want to make sure that you have the correct size, because too small or too large can be quite painful and cause damage. So again, grab a nipple ruler and measure your nipple to find your right size. If you're finding during your pumping that you're uncomfortable, again, start by reducing your suction strength, and then also making sure that you have your right flange size. So again, we're going to be up, nice, upright. Then we can turn on our pump. We start with the massage mode for around 2 minutes and then swap over to our expression. Once we have finished our pumping, you then simply lean forward, you break the suction with your finger, and then you don't want to just rip it off because that is going to hurt. So you gently break the seal with your finger and then lean forward so you don't get any spillage, and then remove your breast. You can then disconnect your tubing at the back or just remove the top. I like to put a bottle cap on straight away, so then as you're fiddling around with the rest of the things, you're not going to have the potential for your milk to spill. Once that is all done, then you are going to want to pull all the parts apart to then wash them and then sterilize them, ready for your next use. Now, on your pump motor, the only things I did not go through, which I'll just touch on really quickly now, is there is a light, that is this button here. You press it twice and it will go brighter, and third time it will turn off. That is mostly it. Sorry, one last thing. There is actually a timer on here. This little counter is your timer, and that will tell you how long you have been pumping for. So this is great for when you need to swap over to your expression mode. You can easily see how long you have been pumping for. If you have any questions about using your Spectra S2 breast pump, then please ask in the comments section and I will do my very best to answer. If you have found this video helpful, then please give it a like. That really does help. And if you want more great pumping how-to videos or breast pump reviews, then please subscribe. Thanks.